Paul, we're going to talk about the point first. What does that say about your team? Because that's a game that's difficult for so many reasons, and they've come back and got it.
I just think it shows character and desire and ability as well. I mean, what a wonderful strike from Gibbo to hit that. I've got to say, I kept screaming extra pass, because I just felt as though we kept trying to force it a little bit too much, which is understandable. I think this today, I don't ever remember being involved in a game where it was as fiery and as hostile. The crowd and the stewards on this side, I don't even know why they've got these high-vis jackets on, because they do absolutely nothing. Our bench was getting absolute verbal abuse from the supporters around it. And let me say, I think this is a fantastic ground. I've never experienced that before. I've not really had good results here, but I think this is a proper football ground. Today was horrible, what that bench has had to go through today, with all the emotion that went with it. So I'm just so happy that we've actually taken a point out of it, because I think we deserved it over the run of the game because of the way we went about it. I mean, how anybody can complain about that first red card, because it is a disgraceful tackle, and absolutely spot on the referee. The second one, I can see why he's give it, but I think it's a little bit harsh on the kid. He didn't know that Rod was there, but I can actually see why the referee did it. But some of his things, and you actually warned me this week about the number of reds and yellows that he's given out this season. I'd love to know the reasons why, but some of his decisions were just very strange today. But listen, I'm delighted. I'm delighted that we've managed to take something out of the game and get a point, because I think the players, the way they've worked and stuck at it, they've deserved that.
When you've got bookings and red cards coming like that, it's something else that a team has to deal with out on the pitch, whether you're on the end of them or not.
Yeah, you've got to keep your emotions. We said at half-time it's about keeping our emotions in check in off-the-ball situations, in tackles, and keeping our emotions in check in possession. And as I said earlier, I think we've probably just got a little bit desperate, maybe a bit too strong a word, but we were going a little bit too long instead of taking an extra pass and trying to stretch them and wait for those little pockets. But they've defended for their lives, haven't they? And it's took a wonder strike and a great reaction from Toby to go and nod it over the line. And again, unbelievable scenes at the end of the game for the players in front of those fans, and it makes it a better day than it could have been.
And it's about keeping going, isn't it, that equaliser, because again, heads could have gone down because there was balls in the box that weren't coming off and things like that.
Yeah, and I thought their goalkeeper made an absolute world-class save from, I think it was a free kick, and I've no idea who got the head on it. It might have been Morgan or whoever, but it was an unbelievable save, and it goes from us maybe scoring to go 2-1 up to we're conceding a goal within about 10 seconds. And one of the things that we probably didn't keep in check of our emotions at that point. I always talk about keeping the back door closed, and we didn't keep the back door closed then, and it was just one of them things where the lads outpaced Danny and gone through 1v1, and he scuffed it into the corner, which you've got to say is a good finish. But credit to the players, they've kept going, they've kept working, and we've taken a point out of what I've already described as one of the most incredible hostile atmospheres I've ever been involved in.
Both goals conceded similar, Paul. We're on the front foot, we're looking actually comfortable in possession at the time, and then you look around and we've conceded.
I said that at half time. I was actually quite comfortable in those first 15 minutes before we conceded, without really creating any chances. I thought we did okay. We were moving the ball well, and Amari got himself into a really good position, tried to play it out wide when it was probably not on to do it. The lad gets a block and they go down. There's a little bit of whether it's a misunderstanding or we just get caught up with an overload on that right hand side, and it's a good ball in and it's a good finish from their guy. But it should have been, if we'd have been a bit more cleaner with our possession in their final third, I don't think it had got to that. And the second goal's just a scruffy goal. It's a horrible goal to concede, but me and Gav were sitting on the bench and we're saying, we're talking about changes to go and have a go, to go and be a bit more positive. but we said we can't just go gung-ho because there's going to be another chance for them. There's another chance coming, and that's why we kept it. A point, when I left home this morning, or not my home, when I left my house this morning in Carlisle, I would have probably took a point, but on the way the game's gone, I should probably be disappointed that we haven't got 3. But overall, I think I'm just happy that we've taken something.
You could see tempers were afraid. What do you do at half-time in that dressing room to try and get them back onto an even keel?
In all fairness to the players, they were quite calm at half-time. I think it was the second half where the stewards lost control here and didn't do their jobs, simple as that. And the police, in all fairness, they didn't do their jobs either. And they're supposed to be there to protect us, and they didn't today. And it wasn't very pleasant. But listen, it's not about that, is it? It's not about them. Let's just talk about the credit that the players need for the way they've gone about it. And I will also say, let's give credit to Tranmere because they're a good football side. Mickey's got a good team here, so to come and take a point is really good for us.
I do agree with you, Paul. Let's not talk about it. I'm going to ask one more question on, because I know you've said in the past you accept all the banter and everything that goes with fans. I take it today it's gone just a little bit too far.
Yeah, it's gone. It went way over the line today. I totally accept that there's banter. Get all of that. Today went too far.
Great work for Toby Silver. He's blazed one over the bar in a good position. Recovers. You've said if you make a mistake, put it away and do something else next.
No, it would have been easy to hide out the way and not go in for that second opportunity, but he kept going, got himself in the right area. We followed things in. We've had other half chances as well, but again, as much as we're happy, let's give them a bit of credit, Tranmere, as well, because they defended for their lives and stuck at it, and thankfully Toby's managed to get another goal, which is a biggie for us. 13-point
gap. Are we safe yet?
No, we're not. No, I'm sorry, but we're not safe. No, I still think we need to keep going. I mean, Stevenage have got a game in hand. I'm aware they've lost today. Stevenage have got a game in hand, and I take it against Mansfield because it got called off the other week. No, we're not. No, we've got a really big game at home against Exeter, which will be a right tough game for us. And we have to make sure that every single one of us is fully prepared next week. I made changes to the team today because I felt as though it needed freshening up, and I wanted to sort of try and keep everybody involved in it as much as we possibly can. And it might be a case of changing people next week as well to try and get a performance and a result at home in front of what I hope will be a really good crowd.
Just on that, Paul, I've just watched Toby, Tyrese and Jimmy walk past us, 3 strikers. Louis was here warming up today. He was here as part of the group as well. You've got some options up front in particular.
Yeah, we have, with Jimmy coming back. I threw Jimmy into it today because I just think he gives us something a little bit different. Didn't happen for him today, unfortunately. He didn't quite get the rub of the green and his little tricks didn't come off, but it's really good to have him back because he's different to the rest of them. We've got Toby, who will go and work his socks off and who just has this incredible knack of popping up in the right place when he comes on as a finisher, and he's effective. And Tyrese and Louis was unfortunate to be left out of it today because he hasn't done anything wrong, but I just needed a different balance on the bench, and that's why Louis missed out. But we've got, for a League 2 club, we've actually got a big group of players, and it's just up to us between now and the end of the season to try and get the results that gives us safety, and then maybe even have a look at some of them and just see what they're like in first team football.
Morgan got the armband, but you said it during the week. You've got a lot of leaders out there. They've shown it in a game like that.
Yeah, they have. We had a really experienced side today. It's really good to see Kelvin and Rod back. Good to have them back involved. I'm so pleased that Kelvin hasn't got an injury that he needed to be stretchered off today, because it is. I mean, I've seen it back on the video. It's a horrendous tackle, and I'm not saying it's a malicious one. I don't think he's tried to hurt Kelv, but in my opinion, it's a red card offence, and I really don't see how there's any argument to it. So we're getting good options, and hopefully we can just keep everybody fit.
Last one from me, Paul. You were booked as a consequence of a decision made in the summer about managers not controlling their technical area. That's one you just have to take, I suppose.
Well, I didn't know about it. The referee at half time, when I said to him, "Can you just explain why I've been what I did wrong there?" And he said, in the summer you agreed to controlling your technical area, and as it was, I didn't agree to it because I wasn't part of the discussion. But I get why you did it, but I don't know. Listen, I might have done something that I don't remember doing, but I thought I was actually trying to calm it down. I was trying to get our players out the way. But anyway, listen, I'm just glad I didn't get sent off. That's all. I wanted to be on the sideline. So I'm glad that it was just a yellow, and I can take that on the chin. I don't think I need to lose any sleep over it.
I said last one, but I've got to mention those fans. Huge numbers. They were brilliant, weren't they?
Unbelievable. What a feeling again at the end, though. It's incredible. And you know what? The big other thing as well is the bench. The bench were all over wanting to celebrate as well, and I know that probably incited the crowd a little bit more. But if you can't get excited about scoring a 98, 99 minute equaliser against the top team in the league in front of your own fans, you shouldn't really be in football. So that was brilliant, those scenes, and they've been absolutely brilliant again. And I just hope we can get them back in again next weekend at home. Let's get a good crowd. You know, I don't know what the club are doing, but get the club doing something to create a real desire from the fans to get in. I don't know, I heard they made the cheaper tickets last time. Do it again, get them in. Let's get 8,000 in the ground again. Let's make it an atmosphere, and the players will respond to that, and who knows what could happen.
Thank you.